Breaking news on FoxNews.com and San Francisco's former First Lady, by the way, and Dan Schaefer, CEO and President of Schaefer Asset Management. We've been getting about oil with you, but I also want to go back to kind of, corporate earnings in the street overall. With the very fair point, and a good point to bring up, Sandra. Nicole, I want to give you last word on this because as we begin earnings season, what are we overall looking for? What are the traders down there looking for this quarter? Are they optimistic?
Well, it's mixed on Wall Street. I mean, they're just hoping that they can sustain the momentum.
Recovery, guys. I've actually got breaking news. I've actually have to let you all go. But Peter Cohen and danger level. That is next on Fox Business, giving you the power to prosper. Sitting right next to him, and there's more to your resume that I can't get through.
Unbelievable. You're trying to make me uncomfortable. I mean, you start with all the good news in California, and then Kimberly.
Yeah, well, and you two, it's great to see you guys together and doing an interview. And I have a lot of questions for you.
Yeah, first, I'm sure she does as well.
Yeah, she's ready to go. Let me ask you first. I got a couple
questions. I know we talk about the economy all the time on this program, and in particular, we focus on California. But you're in a unique position as a politician who's actually created jobs, make a payroll. You've hired people, created opportunities for people, and in addition, Cheryl has mentioned the wine industry. In California has also done very well.
We're in a state, and everybody talks about what's wrong with the state of California, $26.6 billion budget deficit. I'll tell you, a year and a half, 2 years ago, it was not the case. You were seeing some of the highest-end wines ending up in some of the discount retail shelves, and now we're seeing something completely different, which is good.
So your lieutenant governor, you're this week, bipartisan group that you're here in, Gavin.
Well, he's learning.
And the message is,
well, the message is jobs. I mean, again, and so rather than academically trying to understand that, it's nice to go on a bipartisan trip. I'm chair of the economic.
The California wine industry, which is very successful right now.
I mean, certainly as the industry.
To do that, given your background and being a businessman from day one and an entrepreneur, and that's what we need more of in this country, right, to get it going.
Well, I do think it matters that you create jobs, you met payroll, and you know what a P&L is, you know what depreciation schedules are. I think all that helps. It's not exclusive criteria for getting into politics, but again, when I think what we have to be cautious of, particularly in my party, if we're going to, without being serious about California's economy, but when you don't even have a plan, when you don't even have a frame of reference to trade, you're not focused on advanced manufacturing, you've got to get back to those basics.
Before I go, I have to say we're all three former San Francisco. Gavin, you still are in many ways, but I have to say, the city is giving Twitter breaks to stay south of market.
That was my.
I have to ask you about this, Gavin, before I let you go.
Well, I drafted that legislation. It was one of the. I've always been here.
I tell you what,
Don't talk to me about social issues, though.
I'll tell you what, though, Gavin. I interviewed you when the mayor. Now you're lieutenant governor. Maybe I'll interview you as governor one day. I don't know, Gavin. You never
I'm just the wine guy.
Life's gonna go.
I'm a simple wine guy.
And a LEED certified wine guy.
The first LEED certified winery in California history.
Gavin Newsom, it's great to see you guys. I think that's the big question for all of us: is how serious this president is about actual debt reduction. How far will he go? Consider
the best things in life are free.
Started to today, this is not capitalism. So the survey is totally bogus.
If it's not capitalism.
We talked to our pollsters here at Fox and said,
yes, at Kim Guilfoyle. And final thoughts. I mean, it's interesting that we've seen, like you mentioned, the banking crisis. Kimberly. We've seen such a shift, but that shift is going to be going to the polls in a year and a half.
It really is. Wait and see. It's happening right now. There's a tremendous amount of dissatisfaction on the part of the American consumer. They want to see results. They're frustrated with the lack of leadership in D.C., that there seems to be more kind of like wind checking with the polls instead of decisive action and common sense, government. Like, do the math, like we was mentioning earlier. Why do we have a debt ceiling if we're going to keep raising it? They're tired of it, frustrated. The fact that they can't come to terms on even the most basic things, the budget keeps getting extended out. All of these things are going to resonate with the American people and with the voters, and we'll see what happens, whether there's going to be a reckoning in 2012.
And the markets, Dan, have to follow this, whether
the markets are going to.
I mean, half of America does have a 401k, Dan, and I mean, even whether it's a blue collar or white collar worker, their fortunes will rise back as well.
Have you looked at recently my 401k? I mean, I'm telling you.